is 10:30, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome to Video Games on the Silver Screen and TV. We're going to start us off with games that already have been on film and TV. Warning you now, a lot of these adaptations are really bad. So we're going to start us off with John with this one.
Basically, the game was about Isaac, who was an engineer who went to a space station and found an alien artifact that was causing people to turn into necromorphs. The movie is a prequel where they started off as the ship that originally got the artifact, brought it up to the ship, and then it portrayed how they basically got through the initial attack phase. Resident Evil, where to start with this one?
I heard a collective groan. Don't blame you.
March 15, 2002, the movie came out, well, the first movie. And March 26, 1996 is when the first game came out. Now, Resident Evil is a game about zombies. Particularly the T-virus is what started it in Raccoon City. But the movies take it quite far away from the original storyline. Yeah, considering the main characters of the movie, Alice, I believe her only actual appearance in the game was a point where she ran scared from a bathroom. Yet she became the main character for the movie series, as well as one of the main enemies in the movies, Nemesis. In the movies, they portrayed him as a human who they injected with the T-virus and made into a killing machine that was supposed to hunt down the number of stars.
Yeah.
But in the game, he actually was bioengineered. He was started as the T-virus and grown to become the ultimate killing machine. He never was a human. He never had any human emotion. He was just only to kill. That's all there was to do. And with these huge, huge differences in storyline, it was a horrible adaptation.
That ending.
Doom. This was a huge one. October 21st, 2005 was the movie release. And then the main series, the first Doom, came out around 1993. In the game, you play as an ex-Marine who is now working for a company on Mars. One of the installations on one of Mars's moons suddenly goes down. When you go there, you find out that they had a teleportation thing they were working on there that accidentally linked to hell. From that teleportation, that's where all of the monsters and demons came from. And then slowly, as they killed the humans, they turned them into zombies. In the movie, though, they explained it as an alien DNA. They said that on Mars, instead of the moons, that they uncovered an alien race and from their DNA extracted this sort of serum and turned the people into monsters unless you had pure heart. Way off. Not even close to the original storyline. Dragon Age was released May 29th, 2012. The original game came out November 3rd, 2009, I believe. Now, the movie is actually a prequel to all of the games. According to the storyline, the actual first game takes place in 921 Dragon. Actually, no, excuse me. 921 Dragon is when the movie starts. 930 Dragon is when the first game starts. So the movie is actually prequel. And explains a lot about, really, Dragon Age Inquisition, the newest game that came out. Because it explains in there how Cassandra, the Seeker, came across the book that allowed them to form the Inquisition. It's a very interesting movie. I had to say I did like the points it pointed out for the some of the backstory it explains for the other games. It was very interesting.
Wing Commander.
Oh.
I'm going to start keeping a tally point.
That's an old
just
one.
get used to people groaning when we
Ryan
show
Phillippe,
it.
man.
It just gets worse from here.
Oh, not really. Not until we get to me.
Oh, yeah.
Wing Commander.
They're great.
I would say this is probably the best one that I have. Starting off with methods, all going downhill from there. Just saying. All right, so Wing Commander. Anyone who's familiar with it knows that this was a fighter game. You went around and shot things up. It was released in 1990. The movie came out in 1999. The movie kind of follows the same plot as the games. The humans are fighting this alien force, and that's pretty much the gist of it. In the game, you run missions. Depending on your success rate, you get different endings. The movie takes this whole side plot with the Pilgrim Wars, which was something that was actually later put into canon by a game that came out after the movie. Don't know why.
Because writers are jerks.
I'll agree with that.
Writers and directors are jerks.
But for the most part, they actually stay pretty close to the source material. There's a few name changes, a few changes to the design. The biggest complaint was, of course, the change of the enemy, mainly their appearance. They were cat-like in the video game, they had fur. In the movie, not so much. Apparently that was scrapped due to them building the outfits before they built the sets. So, planning people. Double Dragon. Nice little straight beat 'em up style. The basic plot is these two brothers, they're, I wouldn't say girlfriend, but girl they like, gets kidnapped by this gang, and you spend the rest of the game fighting through, eventually getting to her. If you played with a friend who played as the other brother, at the end you fought each other to find out who gets the girl.
Yep.
The movie is a great departure from this.
That's a common theme.
Yeah, the movie does use the same character names. I'll give it that. Where the brothers, yet again, the girl gets kidnapped, but in this rendition, they're in a post-apocalyptic type city. She gets kidnapped because she's trying to stop the gangs, and her father is the chief of police who's taking bribes. They introduce the Double Dragon Medallion, which has this mystical properties subplot, which
I'm assuming that's what he's holding.
yeah, Super Mario. Then again, this follows two brothers trying to save, in this case, a princess. Yeah. It's like everyone knows Super Mario, so I don't need to go too much into the game, but yeah, going through the laundry list of stuff they did wrong in the movie, I'll just do a small recap. The movie has the Mario Brothers being plumbers in, well, at the time would be our modern day world. And then finding Princess Daisy, not Princess Peach, Princess Daisy. Anyone who's unfamiliar with her, she was actually first appeared in one of the handheld games, Super Mario Land. So that was, yet again, a departure from what people knew, because most people are familiar with Princess Peach, not Princess Daisy. And from there, it just gets worse. Instead of, Mario and Luigi being, part of this world, the Tozu Kingdom and all that, they're from our world that transitions into, and they eventually have to go to a parallel world where dinosaurs evolved into human-like people. The Koopa kids are Koopa's cousins, and I will say, at least as far as Super Mario Land, that one was kind of a desert-like theme, which was kind of in the movie, but not too much. And the enemy also changed, as in Super Mario Land, because I'm guessing that's where they were trying to get it from. Trying. Because in that one, it was a someone invading from space that actually took over her kingdom. And, well, in the movie, meteorite struck and made the world. So something from outer space happened.
To Street Fighter.
Okay, so I think most of you are familiar with the Street Fighter series, with basically the great-grandfather of the one-on-one fighting game genre. Problem was, at least for the first one, It came out right after Street Fighter 2, because Street Fighter 2 came out in 1991, and Street Fighter the movie came out in 1994. And something people tend to forget now, Street Fighter 2 had next to no storyline. Like, you get your character ending, but it was basically guys fighting. So when they adapted that to a movie, they decided, hey, let's make this a big military style, let's fight the villain, try and take over the world. We'll take up questions at the end. And then, probably the biggest part of this, with that being said, they also completely miscast this movie. Because one of the big focuses of Street Fighter is the nationality of the characters. So let's cast as Jean-Claude Van Damme as the American Guile. Just why?
Because, again, writers and directors are jerks. They're not exactly the smartest of people.
Now, I will say there is one redeemable factor in this, and that's the fact that the late Raul Julia played M. Bison and actually gave a decent performance. Not great, but, you know, watchable.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Ooh. Give me my money back.
Okay.
We have to destroy all expectations.
Okay, so first Mortal Kombat, the game came out immediately following Street Fighter, as, you know, it was originally cloned with the gimmick being lots of violence and gore. And so when the movie came out, somebody had the great idea, let's make this movie PG-13! Because, you know, the game that created the M rating totally deserved a PG-13 rating. The first movie was at least, again, it was passable, like, you know, kind of cheesy action martial arts movie with crappy writing. The second one, though, it sounds like most of you already know where this is going.
Alright.
Yeah, the second one tried to adapt the second and third Mortal Kombat game and just was bogged down by some of the worst acting I've seen, most ridiculously cheap effects, and it's like just why? Just like the only good thing about that one was the fact that it kept the theme from the original Techno Syndrome, which I'm pretty sure most of you in this room may know.
It's turning.
Okay, this is actually a bit of a lesser-known movie adaptation, and it's, if you can believe it, actually one of the better ones. This was a film made specifically in Japan that only recently got attention in America when it was released for a film festival in Hawaii, and it's actually a fairly spot-on adaptation of the game, with the game having its story presented straightforward as a visual novel. The only major issue with this one is it does take itself a bit too seriously and kind of eschews the cartoony delivery of the game. But aside from that, it's actually fairly good. You can find a way to watch it.